Good news, everyone! YouTube, in what appears to be a much-needed step in the right direction, has decided to publicly address some changes that they've been making to the platform. And, holy shit, even when they're forthcoming about things, it really makes them look like the worst people on the whole internet.
At least I got this belt buckle out of it.
Yeah, and when we hit 925, they sent us this, and things just haven't been the same since.
So yeah, some changes are coming to YouTube, and it's almost certainly not related to anything that their young, blonde-haired, muscular child stars did to exploit their audience. This change looks like it's being put into place in order to free up a fuck ton of overhead for YouTube, Google, its employees, and probably 2 or 3 incredibly overworked accountants.
Jesus Christ, come on,
Guys! Now, what the hell's going on here? So late yesterday, YouTube sent out what we can only imagine are millions of emails to creators who all of a sudden fall below a new, seemingly arbitrary threshold for what can be considered monetizable on their platform. In other words, you're not making any more money. Here's an example of the email. We found this one posted by friend of the show, Jamie Williams, on Twitter.
Under the new eligibility requirements announced today, your YouTube channel, Jam Man, is no longer eligible for monetization because it does not meet the new threshold of 4,000 hours of watch time within the past 12 months and 1,000 subscribers.
Which, side note, is a damn shame. That channel is full of ETC memes.
Yeah!
You should really go check it out.
I feel like he's being punished. Sorry, Jamie. Continues. As a result, your channel will lose access to all monetization tools and features associated with the YouTube Partner Program on February 20th, 2018, unless you surpass this threshold in the next 30 days. Accordingly, this email serves as a 30 days notice that your YouTube Partner Program terms are terminated. And
Oh, man, there's gonna be so many kids scrambling to just like shitpost their way out of this.
That's it, I'm going to Japan.
I'm going to Japan. I'm gonna dig up a fucking graveyard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna snort someone's ashes.
It's gonna be an interesting month.
I'm gonna rent a house in West Hollywood and just fucking trash it and treat my neighbors like shit.
Here's the thing though, regardless of the threshold or whatever, the email comes off very dickish, but
Yeah, a little blunt. A little blunt.
yeah, welcome to the corporate world, kids.
As these notifications were being sent out, YouTube updated its creators blog with a full explanation of the new policy, which reads as follows. 2017 marked a tough year for many of you, with several issues affecting our community and the revenue earned from advertising through the YouTube Partner Program, YPP. Despite those issues, more creators than ever are earning a living on YouTube, with the number of channels making over 6 figures up over 40% year over year. In 2018, a major focus for everyone at YouTube is protecting our creator ecosystem and ensuring your revenue is more stable. Your meaning these people,
Everyone
not you.
else's, yeah. It continued, as Susan, the CEO of YouTube, mentioned in December, we're making changes to address the issues that affected our community in 2017 so we can prevent bad actors from harming the inspiring and original creators around the world who make their living on YouTube. A big part of that effort will be strengthening our requirements for monetization so spammers, impersonators, and other bad actors can't hurt our ecosystem or take advantage of you while continuing to reward those who make our platform great. Back in April of 2017, we set a YPP eligibility requirement of 10,000 lifetime views. While that threshold provided more information to determine whether a channel followed our community guidelines and policies, it's been clear over the last few months that we need a higher standard.
Starting today, we're changing the eligibility requirement for monetization to 4,000 hours of watch time within the past 12 months and 1,000 subscribers. We've arrived at these new thresholds after thorough analysis and conversations with creators like you. Just not you.
Yeah, 'cause
creators like you.
You wouldn't want that. You'd be like, what? No, give me my money.
They will allow us to significantly improve our ability to identify creators who contribute positively to the community and help drive more ad revenue to them and away from those bad hombres, bad actors. These higher standards will also help us prevent potentially inappropriate videos from monetizing, which can hurt revenue for everyone.
Man, they really have it out for Alden Ehrenreich, the guy from Han Solo.
Bad actor.
Get him off the platform.
He's a good actor.
I like him.
I like him.
It's just ironic that his first major role was him being bad at acting, and his second major role has been dragged through the press as him being actually bad at acting. Nice guy, though.
Time is a flat circle. Anyway, YouTube then explained the end date and they reiterated the policy. They continued with this. Though these changes will affect a significant number of channels, 99% of those affected were making less than $100 per year in the last year, with 90% earning less than $2.50 in the last month. You scrub! Any of the channels who no longer meet this threshold will be paid what they've already earned based on our AdSense policies. After thoughtful consideration, we believe these are necessary compromises to protect our community.
Now it continues on talking about how this is strictly being used to prevent channels that have no business running ads on them, and that regarding larger channels who also screw things up for everyone, they will talk closely with some creators. Some creators to hear their thoughts on how the platform can improve.
Stop.
I will stop. Yeah, basically they're gonna talk to the nice, friendly folks who think they're on the Disney Channel and be like, what can we do to fix them? Guys, come on, just tell us. Anyways, I'm sure it'll be a real think tank of content creators. That panel will be eclectic.
And loud. Guys, just calm down. Just
Hey,
talk
what's
about
up?
the content.
Susan walks in the room and they go, what's up, everybody? Every single person in every chair says that. What's up, guys?
We filmed a thing at the YouTube space. It's got to be like 2 or 3 years ago now, involving a lot of other influencers. And there was one point that I looked around, and we were the only influencers not currently filming a vlog simultaneously.
Yeah.
Like within 20
I just sat there and
It was
played video
fucking
games
surreal.
on my phone. That place was crazy though. They used to have like a slide pole or whatever, but then Glozell went down and broke her leg or something, so they had to like,
It's because
the old creators ruin everything for the young creators.
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, people are pretty pissed about this whole thing, but most we've seen negatively talking about this new policy then go on to admit that they weren't really making any money off the platform anyway, and a lot of the examples were from people who'd stopped making content altogether, or at the very least weren't focusing on their channel or their YouTube channel. They do other things. They weren't focusing in a way that would result in clearing that threshold.
Yeah, it's obviously this hits hardest for creators that are currently trying to grow and whose videos consist of content that is much harder and time intensive for solo creators to produce, things like animation, sketches, short films, and so on. An animator who takes months to make something special and totally awesome but doesn't have returning subscribers and hasn't hit that 4,000 hour threshold is obviously going to be disheartened by the fact that it seems like YouTube doesn't want them there.
Now, based on that 4,000 hour threshold, an animator or a sketch comedy group who put a lot of time into something and can't constantly release things the same way that others can, it's easy to see why they would be worried, considering the fact that typically the threshold for even showing an ad is 1 minute, so that's what I used here. The fact that a 1 minute long video would need to get 240,000 views to make their channel eligible. Obviously, if they're doing more than just one video a year, it becomes more attainable, but that's also making sure that those views are people who actually watch the entire video.
Yeah.
You can make a 5 minute video, and if people are watching 30 seconds of it, you're running into the same problem.
Engagement is generally 50% is I'd say an average. I don't know who's clicking on videos and just leaving, but 50% seems to be like
it's like it's a cool game. You just like Netflix. Nah, I'm gonna watch 10 seconds of something and skip.
Yeah.
Just skip. Anyways, in general, YouTube's new threshold, it's fairly low if you're attempting to do YouTube as a full or even a part-time job and are consistently posting throughout the years. You could just law of averages. If the more you post, the less hard it is to reach that threshold because the time is going to add up. But anyways.
But yeah, based on these numbers, if you just hit the threshold for payment and are basing your monetization on an older model that isn't really in use or accurate anymore, you'd be making under $500 a year at the point of the threshold, which, yeah, that's not nothing. But it is the literal bare minimum to be able to get paid out. And that's over an entire year. So it's not exactly funding your project.
Yeah.
You're not quitting your day job.
Once I crunched these numbers based on an old antiquated CPM model, it becomes clear that in some way it did seem like YouTube was shooting for that bare minimum of they want their creators to be able to make $500 a year before they start writing checks. So the move does, however, seem like it's a good thing for bigger creators and anyone who goes far past that minimum because in theory, it does two things. It benefits YouTube simply because they don't need to analyze millions of smaller channels, sell ads on those videos, or create a paper trail of a bunch of $100 payments, which is the current US dollar limit you'd need to reach to cash out. And it also reduces the size of the potential pool that ads go out to, which in theory means that some channels, I'm not gonna do it. Some channels might see better monetization overall, but considering the massive size of the platform, this would be negligible to most creators out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good. In overall, yeah, it sucks that your little pocket change, your beer money, isn't going to be coming in. But with the whole adpocalypse constantly rearing its ugly head, it's going to be a lot easier for YouTube to regain the trust of the advertisers that it needs to survive if they have a pool of 100,000 channels that they could throw ads at.
Well, yeah.
Instead of
And
10 million channels.
that's the funny thing too, is like the most vocal people out there are the people that are on YouTube every day, and a lot of them want to make channels like this. And that's what's funny about this is even when YouTube is forthcoming about what they need to do, they still come off as dicks because everyone wanted answers to the adpocalypse, and they're like, you know what,
Here's your
fuck
answers.
it.
Wait, these are the answers I wanted.
Somebody touching my AdSense. That meme is actually, I think it's dead now. It's been a long month, but I think the spaghetti meme.
Yeah, it's been a wild month.
I can't believe the
Spaghetti,
traction.
Tide Pods.
I can't believe the traction that Tide
nut.
Pods has had. It's been astonishing. Anyways.
But yeah, you might hate us for saying all this because you think we're just freaking rolling in that YouTube money for some reason. We're not. Overall, we think this policy is a good move, though, for the platform and allows it to be better suited to handle brands and companies who want to work with them in the future. It also takes a lot of the human-needed legwork out of monitoring the platform for channels and videos that have absolutely no business making money on certain things. Is it perfect? No! But YouTube will never be perfect. Do we think this is going to save our channel? Absolutely fucking not. We rely on so much more than YouTube's ad revenue to continue on, and have been doing that for a very long time now. And that's why you see us doing sponsored reads on shows like Tech News Day and Wheelie Weird. Without that, we would be dead, even with YouTube partner status.
Yeah. Now, lastly, for people who are actually upset about this because they've received those emails and now they feel discouraged about wanting to pursue a career in digital video, don't be. First of all, this whole platform, all of these platforms, they didn't even really exist even a decade ago. It's new for everyone, and you have to start somewhere. And we've said it before, but it takes time and hard work to create things that both you and an audience enjoy. And platforms like YouTube, Twitch, and Vimeo, they're great places to hone your craft and get instant feedback on it. Hell, before YouTube, people had to pay money to host videos somewhere. Now you can just make something and have it in front of people in no time for free.
Yeah.
Twitter videos up and coming.
You live in an amazing time.
Yeah.
Boy, when I was your age, YouTube didn't even have monetization. People
Just do it.
posted videos for fun.
Do what Ricky Berwick does. Reply to every single person on Twitter with a 1 minute long video. That's the future.
How about 6 seconds?
I think you're onto something there, Elliot. I know what brands love. 6 seconds of hack comedy.
But yeah, online video, it's a fantastic place to practice your filmmaking or showing off whatever you're passionate about, your skills, your passions, your hobbies, and you will learn valuable lessons along the way that you could not have just 10 years ago.
Yeah, I used to have to, the way I used to edit videos when I was young and making skate videos in my bedroom was I had 2 VCRs. I had 2 VCRs and a switcher.
And then if you wanted
Back
to,
in my day.
if you wanted to share that video, you had to go over to your friend's house and pop it in their VCR.
Yeah.
And if people liked it, they said, I like that.
And then you said thanks, but most of the time they'd be like, wow, this is shit.
And then, sure enough, 6 months later, you forgot to label it,
It's
and
gone.
you record over it, and now it's gone.
The other process used to be finally when things started going a little bit more digital was you'd have to run all of those through a giant contraption plugged into your compact computer and digitize it, which resulted in a file that was just so ginormous that you couldn't put it anywhere. So kids,
You kids have it so good.
just steal an editing program.
But yeah, so everything's not all bad. I mean, yeah, you still got skills, you still want to make it. Those skills and your ability to improve as you practice will be the things that bring you closer to your ultimate goals. And that might not just be being a YouTuber, but being a director, a writer, a graphic artist, an animator, a musician, anything.
It's not, you don't have to just exist on the platform. It's a great place to practice and get your name out there and show the skills that you're developing. But you know what's a good example is Mike Diva.
Yeah.
Mike Diva originally, I think he said it so I can say it, bootlegged After Effects years and years ago.
We all did.
And I know we did. Shh. I stole Photoshop in high school.
I didn't start paying till Creative Cloud. They got me.
He honed his craft, was making videos on YouTube and other websites, and now is directing commercials, music videos, and getting paid because of the talents that he learned by being able to show off what he was creating and learning how to do. So that's a really good example.
But also keep in mind that this shit is fucking work.
Yep.
Not easy. You're gonna have to put in time, effort. You're gonna have to be self-aware.
Yeah,
gotta,
And you have to sit here and age in front of your audience like we've been doing.
You gotta have to want to do it. You gotta be. You gotta pay attention to what people like or what they don't like, or whether you care about that, whether it's important to you that people like you.
My head used to be huge, and now it's all sunk down to here.
Yeah.
And you've watched it happen.
So yeah, if you do break through those arbitrary thresholds that have been set by the platform, that's just an extra bonus on top of you being able to share who you are and what you like with the world. I should be the CEO of YouTube.
I think that would be a great idea.
I will be the CEO.
All videos are 6 seconds long now. Done and done.
Oh, you want to go over 6 seconds?
It's gonna cost you.
That's a microtransaction. They bring microtransactions to YouTube.
Anyways, that's been ETC's inspirational speech on the back of YouTube. Yeah. Check out other videos over here. We just did a new video yesterday. It was a Tech News Day about how, in the ultimate prank, Hawaii thought they were gonna die. So check that out and check out our other video right here. And don't forget to subscribe because, yup, bye.